Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Maths, Standard 8 NCERT. Students, I hope you all have gone through the topics that we have done in the previous class, that is definition of rational numbers and properties of rational numbers. Here, before we start with the exercise, again we will recall all the topics that we have discussed in the previous class, and then we will start with the exercise. So all of you are ready for it? Students, as I said, we'll start our topic with revision, that is definition of rational numbers and properties of rational numbers. Definition of rational number was a number of the form P upon Q where P and Q are integers and Q should not be equal to 0. Students, this is very important condition in case of definition of rational numbers. Please keep in mind. Next, we have studied closure property, commutative property, associative property, and distributive properties for different operations on rational numbers. Starting with exercise 1.1, question number 1, using appropriate properties, find the value of minus 2 upon 3 into 3 upon 5 plus 5 upon 2 minus 3 upon 5 into 1 upon 6. Students, here you can see we are multiplying minus 2 upon 3 with 3 upon 5 and also 1 upon 6 with 3 upon 5. So, by regrouping, we can write it as minus 2 upon 3 into 3 upon 5 minus 3 upon 5 into 1 upon 6 plus 5 upon 2. Next step, using distributive property of multiplication over subtraction, we'll get 3 upon 5 into minus 2 upon 3 minus 1 upon 6 plus 5 upon 2. So next we'll be solving this bracket first. Taking the LCM of 3 and 6 will be 6. So we'll multiply minus 2 upon 3 in the numerator and denominator both with 2 and 1 upon 6 numerator and denominator both with 1. Solving the bracket, we'll be getting minus 2 into 2 which is minus 4. 1 into 1 is 1 and in the denominator we'll be getting number 6. Next, minus 4 minus 1 upon 6. Again solving the bracket, minus 4 minus 1 will be equal to minus 5 and the denominator is 6. Next we are going to multiply 3 upon 5 with minus 5 upon 6. So this 5 and minus 5 will be cancelled and 3 2s are 6. So this multiplication will result into minus 1 upon 2 plus 5 upon 2. Because both of them, they are having same denominators, directly adding minus 1 with number 5 will be getting 4 in the numerator and reducing this 4 upon 2 will be getting 2, which is the final answer. Next question, question number 2, write the additive inverse of the following. Students, additive inverse means in the previous session we have discussed that we just have to change the sign of the given number. So for 2 upon 8, the answer will be minus 2 upon 8. For minus 6 upon minus 5, here both the numerator and denominator are having negative signs. So ultimately the given number is positive. So the additive inverse will be minus 6 upon 5. Next, 19 upon minus 6. So, the additive inverse will be 19 upon 6. Question number 3 is we are going to discuss afterwards. Before that, we'll discuss question number 4. Here, we have to write multiplicative inverse of the following. That is minus 30. Students, we have to write multiplicative inverse. So here, the answer will be negative when the number given is negative. So multiplicative inverse of minus 13 will be minus 1 upon 13. Same that of 1 upon 5 will be 5. And here in the third one, it is given minus 5 upon 8 into minus 3 upon 7. So first we'll take the multiplication of both rational numbers. We'll be getting minus 5 into minus 3 will be 15, and in the denominator 8 into 7 will be 56. So we have to write the multiplicative inverse of 15 upon 56, which is 56 upon 15. Next is question number 3. Verify that minus of minus x is equal to x for two different values of x you given. One is 11 upon 5 and next is minus 13 upon 7. Before we start, what is the meaning or what you have to do when you are asked to verify the result? Here, whenever you are asked to verify, that means you have to prove that the left hand side is equal to right hand side. So, here we are taking just one example of number minus 13 upon 17. We have x which is given minus 13 upon 17. So, but on our left hand side, we have minus of minus x. So, taking the left hand side minus x in the bracket that we have. So, minus of x will be minus inside the bracket. Instead of x, we will write minus 13 upon 7. Why? Because here the value of x we are given that it is minus 13 upon 17. And because the negative sign is there outside the bracket and negative sign inside the bracket, minus minus will become plus. So value of minus x will be 13 upon 17. Next, this minus x we have solved that it is 13 upon 17. Now we have to find out minus or negative of minus x. So again, when we will put negative sign with 13 upon 17, it will become minus 13 upon 17. But minus 13 upon 17 is the value of x. So our result is verified. Next, question number 5. In question number 5, you are given few sums where you just have to state the properties, that which properties are suitable for the given fundamental operations, and that I am giving you for homework. I am sure you have understood the properties of rational number very well, and I am sure that you will be able to solve it by yourself. Next is question number 6. Multiply 6 upon 13 by the reciprocal of minus 7 upon 16. So first we have to write the reciprocal, that is multiplicative inverse of number minus 7 upon 16. So which will be minus 16 upon 7. And now we have to multiply this minus 16 upon 7 with which number? 6 upon 13. So our actual sum is 6 upon 13 into minus 16 upon 7. So 16 6 are 96 and one number is positive, another number is negative, so the sign will be negative. In the denominator, you have 13 into 7, so 13 sevens are 91. So this minus 96 upon 91 is the final answer. Again, in the question number 7 also, you have to state the properties for the given sums that I am giving you for homework. Moving to question number 8, which is same as question number 9. So here we are solving question number 9, and question number 8 you will be doing by yourself. You can try doing by yourself. So question number 9 is, if 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 integer 1 upon 3 or not, and if it is yes, then why, and if it is no, then also why. So you have to give the reason for your answer. So here first we will solve, or first we will convert this 3 1 upon 3 into fraction or the rational number form. So 3 3s are 9 plus 1 is equal to 10 upon 3, and value of 0.3, which is in decimal form, we can write as 3 upon 10. And also we will multiply 10 upon 3 into 3 upon 10, which is equal to 1. Now students, here you can see we are multiplying 10 upon 3 with 3 upon 10, and the product is 1. That means both these numbers are reciprocals of each other. So we can say that 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 integer 1 upon 3. So we can state that multiplicative inverse of 0.3 or 3 upon 10 is 10 upon 3. And this 10 upon 3 in mixed fraction form, we can write it as 3 integer 1 upon 3. So 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 integer 1 upon 3. Why? Because their multiplication answer or the product of both these numbers is 1. Next is question number 10, where you have to answer the given statement. First, you have to give the rational number that does not have a reciprocal. Students, recall the previous session where I have told you that 0 is the number that doesn't have a reciprocal. This is very important and keep in your mind always. Next, the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocal. So that is number 1. Reciprocal of 1 is the number itself. Next, the rational number that is equal to its negative. That is number 0, because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Next, question number 11. Fill in the blank. First statement is same as that of first statement of question number 1, that 0 has dash reciprocal. So 0 has no reciprocal. Again, number 2 is numbers minus 1 and 1. These are the numbers which are their own rational numbers. Then the reciprocal of minus 5 is minus 1 upon 5. Again, see that when we are writing reciprocal, we are not changing the sign. Next is reciprocal of 1 upon x, where x is not equal to 0. Why x is not equal to 0 we have to write? Because division by 0 is not possible. So reciprocal of 1 upon x is obviously x. The product of two rational numbers is always a rational number according to which property? Closure property. That multiplication of rational numbers is closed, or rational numbers are closed for multiplication. Next, the reciprocal of a positive rational number will always be a positive number. So students, next topic is representation of a rational number on a number line. Here on this number line, you can see that all the positive numbers, they are lying on the right hand side of 0. Same, if I have to represent negative numbers on the number line, then it will be on the left hand side of 0. This you have already studied in the previous classes. Here you can see, in order to represent the rational numbers which are having 10 in the denominator, we have divided the part between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts, where the fourth mark will be representing 4 upon 10, seventh mark will be representing 7 upon 10, ninth mark will be representing 9 upon 10. Same, 10 upon 10, that is number 1, is represented by 10 mark. Next is, here also you can see different rational numbers, that negative numbers on the left hand side of 0 and positive numbers on the right hand side of 0. Here you can see the mixed fraction, that is 2 integer 2 upon 3 is lying between 2 and 3, and same 3 integer 7 upon 12 is lying on the between 3 and 4. It is same as that of presenting fractions on the number line. Same here, because we are talking about rational number, you will have some negative fractions also that you have to represent on the left hand side of the 0. Starting with exercise 1.2, where we have to represent number 7 upon 4 on the number line. So starting from 0, which can also be written as 0 upon 4, the seventh mark on the right hand side of 0 will be representing 7 upon 4. Next, number -5 upon 6, which is negative. So obviously it will be lying on the left hand side of 0. So writing 0 on the right hand side, then 0 upon 6 minus 1 upon 6. Same way, fifth mark will be point B, where we are representing -5 upon 6 on the number line. Next is, you have to represent 3 rational numbers on the same number line, and all of them are negative. So first of all, because all of them are negative, it will be on the left hand side of 0. So 0 will be writing on the right side. So starting from 0, -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on, the second mark or the second point will be representing -2 upon 11. Same way, fifth mark will be representing -5 upon 11, and ninth mark will be representing -9 upon 11. Students, whenever you are representing rational numbers on the number line and you are counting the marks, keep in mind you don't have to consider the point which is representing 0. You have to start counting after 0. Okay, so this will be the first point. This will be the second point. If you'll start counting from here, then minus 2 upon 11 you will get over here, which is wrong. So, students, keeping till this representation of rational numbers on number line, I am ending today's session over here. Keep revising, keep practicing, and don't forget to try the sums that I have given for homework. Till then, bye and take care of yourself. Next session will be starting with finding out rational numbers between two rational numbers. Bye everyone.